welcome to Button Adventures. Button Adventures is about fitness, boxing, and farming, goat therapy, making health easy and fun for you. I'm Coach Lita. I have a Bachelor of Sciences in Nursing, as well with experience in geriatric and mental health nursing and long-term care, a number of different fitness certifications, and I was voted Fab Female Health Entrepreneur of the Year in 2017 in Greater Toronto area. I specialize in women and people with Parkinson's, helping them move beyond their perceived limitations through boxing as a sport, so that they can keep up with their kids and grandkids pain-free. Today, we're at Pal's grocery store location in Bay Roberts to give you a little bit of an easy health tour in terms of how to grocery shop and read labels. So, with all the confusion and everything that's out in the mainstream society about what's healthy to eat, what's not healthy to eat, I'm going to break it down and make it really simple for you today. So the best thing that you can do when you're shopping is color, and the best places that you can spend your time in the grocery store is in the produce section. So if we come around and we're shopping, we want to choose fresh produce ideally, and if you're shopping on a budget, because I've been a single mother for a number of years, frozen produce as well as produce that is 50% off, and cutting it up right away when you go home and freezing it is a really simple way to stay on budget and eat healthy. But the more color that you choose when you're grocery shopping and fresh produce, the more fiber and nutrition that you're getting in your diet. So essentially, the more fiber, color, and nutrition that you have, the fuller you're gonna feel longer. When you're eating fresh produce, or you're eating produce that's high in fiber, and we'll go over some labels in that as well here in the next couple minutes. What happens is that there's a glycemic index to each food that you eat. So fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and that have lower glycemic index. So what the glycemic index is in your body when you eat, there's a certain number that is with each piece of food material that you eat, and things that are packaged in that generally drive your glycemic index up, which can lead to type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and all that kind of thing. The more that you can eat all different kinds of colors in that, the better it'll be for your health long-term wise, and your health overall, but also on the scale. So the more that you drive up your glycemic index, your blood sugar levels, the more that your body is releasing insulin, and the more that your body is holding onto fat. So that's why it's really important for your nutrition, for your health, for feeling full, to eat as fresh as you possibly can, or frozen, because frozen food gets frozen right away when it comes off the farmers markets and things like that. So it's an easier way to eat healthy, but also maintain a really good budget. So we're gonna move on to, we have the bakery section in that here. Treat section, which means that it's something you should only have a couple times a week, because many of the things are filled with sugar and in processed, refined flour, which means that no nutrition in it. So your body wants to always constantly eat it because it's not getting the nutrition it needs to have more energy and everything as you go along. Okay, so we have the milk, dairy, produce section, which in my family, we love our milk, we love our cheese and that. But myself personally, I no longer drink milk because it causes often inflammation and that in your body, and cause issues with respiratory and that when it's over consumed. So I choose alternative products, even though there are some preservatives and stuff in them, and it's not always good for you. But I choose alternative products like almond milk, oat milk, coconut milk, so on and so forth, and I use milk products in very limited capacity. However, goat's milk here though. Goat's milk, when it's available, is the best milk and that to consume and digest. It's known worldwide everywhere, but it's kind of a little bit harder to come by. Although I have easy access to it in my goat shed right now. So we have yogurt products. The best kind of yogurt to get for protein, for density, and for nutrition is Greek yogurt. Because the more protein that you've got in your body, so per 3/4 cup of yogurt, you get 16 grams of protein. There's very little sugars and very little sodium and very little cholesterol. That's a whole other thing. Your body always naturally makes cholesterol. It's more about the types of food that you eat, making sure that you're eating healthy fat. So the fat in that's in Greek yogurt is a healthy fat for you. Stay away from yogurts that are the amount of ingredients in them is a lot. And if you look here, so we have your milk, your unfiltered skim milk protein concentrate, which is protein, but then you have your third ingredient, which is sugar. So, and then it's juice, caramel, and concentrate color. All of these things are all kind of artificial ingredients. Well, the sugar is not, but the sugar is, again, it spikes your glycemic index, making you hold on to increasing your insulin output, making you hold on to fat. So overall, for your energy and levels in that, it's not very good yogurt to be having. So we want to stay away from the middle aisles as much as possible, because majority of things in the middle aisles are all processed and in bags, and it's not so good for our bodies to break down. And again, it comes back to the glycemic index and spiking that insulin sugar resistance that happens, making you hold on to fat. But we are going to go down the aisles, because we do need to go down some of the aisles and see, read some of the labels, so you have a little bit of awareness and understanding of how to read labels so they're healthier for you.
So if we have the cracker section, which personally I love crunchy things, we're going to take a look at some of the crackers here. So like
Ritz is a very, very popular cracker that a lot of people like. But when you look at the ingredients, you have wheat flour, shortening, vegetable oil, modified palm oil, and modified palm oil is really not a good, healthy palm oil at all. You have sugars, glucose, fructose, so they're all sugars. I can't even say that, monocalcium phosphate, which I believe is a preservative. Amylase proteins, so those are proteins. So we were looking at the sociable and the Ritz crackers, but then when we look at a more fiber condensed type cracker like Ryvita, and then we look at those ingredients, there would be quite a bit of difference. So it's whole grain rye flour, whole being the main word, and grain, toasted grains and seeds, buckwheat, brown flaxseed, sesame seeds, kibbled. So all of these things are really high fiber, high nutrient dense grains to consume, versus the kind of processed concept of Ritz that we have, which is like wheat flour shortening, which are all unhealthy fats and sugars. So that's the difference in between crackers and reading those labels.
we're in the treat aisle again, like we're in the fresh baked produce. So this is even worse than the fresh baked bakery aisle. Sorry for those cookie lovers and that out there. It is, because it's packaged and it's not cooked fresh. And if we look at cookies, the first ingredient is sugars, but it's sugar, glucose, fructose, wheat flour, modified. So modified palm oil is really not good for you. It literally, if I remember my research correctly, messes with your cells and brain. Vegetable oil, cocoa, wheat, cornstarch. So those, the salt, soy, baking soda, I mean, those are kind of typically, and then artificial flavor. Anytime you have anything artificial flavor, it's not good for your brain. It's not good for your gut. Goes out your butt eventually. So it's important to try to choose something, if you are going to choose this, that is very, I know, basic. Okay, so lifestyle shortcake. Ooh. Pretty much I wouldn't choose it at all. Well, there's figs. Let me see. So if we look at figs, yeah. So when the first ingredient is sugar, that's all you're eating and it's not good for your brain. But you do have fig paste. So fig is a really good, what do you call that, fig? It's a really good like plant and dessert in and of itself. So the best thing to do is just get figs and eat them, dates and eat them, eat the actual dried up plant, mango, all that kind of stuff. So you still get sugar, but more of a natural in that sugar. So it's better to do it that way. But if you must get a treat, make sure you read your labels and keep it as short and basic as possible with the label. Okay, so you remember when I said lots of color in your diet? This is not what I meant. Okay. So the worst thing that you can drink on a daily basis is any kind of pop, but especially pop that has diet and aspartame in it, because it's literally not good for your gut, which is not good for your brain. These things are actually linked to a lot of brain diseases out there. And if you look at the ingredients of a pop, 1.5 cups of 7-Up, literally 39 grams of sugar. So you're literally eating like 3 tablespoons of sugar. If my calculations are correct, my math isn't always the strongest. I think it's 2 tablespoons of sugar when you're drinking that. And people drink this regularly every day. So this is something that should be an occasional treat, like at a party once every few months type deal. So yeah, stay away from this section. And when I say colors, I don't mean colors in candies, because again, when we look at the labels, which aren't good for your teeth either, so you'll save money on dentist bills, all that kind of stuff. You get sugars, modified cornstarch, artificial flavors, citric acid, all these things, and colors, like dyes in the colors, are actually linked to certain animals' sterilization. So not good for an animal, not good for a human. Section now. So again, looking at labels in the frozen section is just as important as looking at labels when you're in the produce aisles, because the less ingredients that are in the labels in the frozen section, the better it is. And so I always love shopping in the frozen food section since I've moved to Newfoundland, because fresh produce isn't always the best. It's often a lot more expensive, but frozen you can get deals all the time and it's great for cooking. So that concludes our Powell's Healthy Grocery Store tour with Button Adventures. Make sure that you sign up for our goal getting guide to help make health and fitness goals easier to get this new year 2024.